You, gathered here with Power Shift 09 as young people from the ages of 18 to 30, you are the engines of change. You are the engines of change. I'm here tonight for Barack Obama because he is an agent of change. But we cannot accomplish a change that we need to accomplish for our world, for our country, for our communities, for all of you, for all of our families, unless we have the young people of our country and the world involved. Do you agree with me on that? We need your help because we are living in some difficult and extraordinary times. There are some who would say that in these difficult challenges that we face across America and across our globe, that our best days have come and gone. But there are those who look at this moment of crisis as a moment of opportunity for all of us to change the world in a lasting way. And you are going to help us do that. And with your help, what we will do is create a much more peaceful world that understands that our nation doesn't end at our borders, but we are one planet and one people. And with your help here, what we will do is we'll transform not only the United States of America, but the third world of our entire globe into understanding that we together will save our planet. And we will save our planet. We will save our planet as we move forward with a new energy frontier, as we tackle the crisis and difficulties that we face with climate change. We're going to do that together. Now, some people might say that this has been tried before and that it failed. They might remind you all here as young people that long before you were born, in the 1970s, it was actually President Richard Nixon who coined the term energy independence. And that later on, in that same decade in the 70s, that it was the President of the United States, Jimmy Carter at the time, who stood before the nation and said, we must become energy independent and tackle this challenge with the moral imperative of war. And yet what happened? The 70s passed, the 80s passed, the 90s passed, and look at where we are today. We are nowhere energy independent, and we are overly dependent on fossil fuels that are warming our planet and frying our communities today. So we must change the world. We must tackle this issue of the new energy frontier and moving forward with tackling the challenge of global warming. And we must do it for three inescapable reasons. The first of those is our own national security. We must no longer be dependent on the despots from far around the world for the energy that powers our economy or powers our homes or powers our cars. We must bring that to an end. We must also understand that an inescapable force that is upon us is what is happening with the warming of our entire globe. When you see what is happening with the rainfalls and the drying up of streams, the melting of the ice caps, the habitat of the polar bear, the habitat of so many other of our wildlife species, we know that it is time for us to wake up across this globe and come and save our planet. And you're going to help us get that done. But it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. Yes, we must move forward with this agenda because it is important for national security. It's important for us to tackle the reality of global warming. But it also is important for us because we can create a new green energy economy that will benefit all of you and all of us and all of this world together. So those are the inescapable forces that compel us to move forward in these times when we tell ourselves that this agenda is one that we cannot afford to fail on because we are committed to succeed and we will succeed on this agenda. Now, I have the honor of having served my state of Colorado as an Attorney General. Hey, let's hear it for Colorado. Go Colorado. And I have the honor of having served my great state as a United States Senator, and I've had the honor of coming here to Washington, D.C. back in 2004 with my friend Barack Obama. And now I have the distinct privilege and honor of serving this nation in his cabinet as Secretary of the Department of Interior. I need your help in that department because for too long, the Department of Interior has been known only as the Department of the West. For too long, it has been known as only the Department of Energy, Oil and Gas Production. And we must change that because it is a Department of America. And I want you to help us accomplish the following things. First, I want you to be part of our effort as we move forward on our energy and climate change agenda because we will help drive that for the future. We will find that we can site solar energy power plants in the deserts of the Southwest, that we can harness the energy of the winds on the reservations of North Dakota and South Dakota and the Great Plains, and that we can harness the energy of the wind in places like the Atlantic coast, that the renewable energy world is upon us, and that we can, in fact, model our behavior by making sure that we are using renewables and that we are being much more efficient in how we use energy. So that will be a primary agenda of this Department of Interior. Secondly, we also will move forward in a major way to protect, to preserve, and to enhance the treasured landscapes and habitats of all of these Americas. From the wildlife refuges of Maine and Florida to those of the Dakotas and California, from sea to shining sea, we will move forward with a great Outdoors America effort like the one that we have not seen for 100 years since Teddy Roosevelt was President of the United States. And third, we need your help to make sure that this Department of the Interior creates, for the first time, the most significant opportunities in its history for the young people of America. For the young people of America. Now, some may say it's happened before, and it is true that it happened with another generation that stood tall and stood strong with its young people. And that was that generation that had to go through the great travails of the Great Depression and who stood up America during World War II. But you might remember in your history books reading about Franklin Roosevelt and the creation of the Civilian Conservation Corps. Well, those are the young people of America who came together and they did things such as planting 1.3 billion trees. 1.3 billion trees. That's what that generation did. And you know what else they did? They went ahead and they worked on the restoration of rivers and restored 6,000 miles of rivers during that time in the 1930s. 6,000 miles of rivers that they restored. And they stocked millions and millions of fish. They did a lot of other things, including for those of you who were in Denver, Colorado this last summer and maybe were out at Red Rocks. There are lots of places like Red Rocks Park that they actually built. Those are the young people of those days. We're going to do it again. We're going to do it again in the Department of Interior because we are going to employ thousands and thousands of young people to come and help us resurrect the treasured landscapes of America. I want you to come onto our website in the Department of Interior. Give us a few more weeks to set this thing up because we are just getting our wheels on the ground. But we are going to have the best 21st century youth conservation corps that the world has ever seen in the Department of Interior, and I need you to be involved. Thank you very, very much. Thank you.